Ministers, Excellencies, Namaste. Dear Mr. Das, dear Mr. Kasper, and thank you for organizing today's summit in Stuttgart. And a warm welcome to all business leaders from India and from Germany. Dear members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, dear guests. As far as sports is concerned, I have to admit, Germany and India are maybe not the closest allies with their favorite sports. When I look to cricket, I still have difficulties to understand all the rules. And I guess it's likewise, and you look to soccer, 11 players play against 11 players, and at the end it can end with 0-0. So what's the point about that, you might ask? But if you look more closely, you will find out that my favorite soccer team, VfB Stuttgart, has a hockey department since 100 years. So we have much more in common than it looks on the surface. On a more serious note, our world seems to be in turmoil. The number of armed conflicts is unfortunately rising. So are the global temperatures and sea levels. We experience, as we've heard before, extreme rain in Spain, while on the other side, extreme heat with devastating consequences in New Delhi in May and June. There is no country that is not, in one way or another, experiencing the drastic effects of the climate crisis. Greenhouse gas emissions are more than 50% higher than in 1990. The annual average economic losses from climate-related disasters are in the hundreds of billions of dollars. Faced with these global challenges, the international community agreed together to build a path towards the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. But let's be honest with each other. The progress reports tell us that we're not yet where we need to be. And it's even worse than that. We must rush up to accelerate our efforts to transform our economies and societies to make them more sustainable. None of us is able to face that on our own, independent from how strong our economies are. We need partnership. And therefore, I'm very grateful that the Sustainable Development Agenda is central to a strong and growing cooperation between Germany and India. Since 2011, Germany and India have held government consultations. And as far as I know, Germany is the only country India engages with in this way. And we appreciate the trust that comes along with that. Last month, representatives of our governments met and outlined the roadmap for future cooperation in sustainable growth in different areas. First, the agricultural sector, an area that is crucial in addressing three major global challenges: food security, climate change, and social security. I therefore welcome that India and the European Union have resumed negotiations on a free trade agreement. It's high time that we move ahead. I'm convinced that an increase in agriculture trade means welfare for both of our countries, for both sides. The largest producer of solar panels. Investment is immense. German companies are eager to be part of that, in particular, the state of Baden-Württemberg. I don't know whether you knew that Baden-Württemberg is the first state in Germany that made solar panels compulsory on new buildings. This afternoon, I visit a farm south of here that is one of the leading companies in agri-photovoltaic. This is an ideal combination, a dual-use area where agriculture and solar power generate great potential. After all, the principle behind this is very simple and compelling. Arable land remains arable land, and a photovoltaic system stands over it, ensuring our basic needs are covered for our common future. The result is win-win for the climate, for the environment, and for our farmers. And finally, the whole area of green hydrogen. Our joint roadmap aims at supporting India in the production, use, and export of green hydrogen, while at the same time contributing to a swifter adoption of green hydrogen as a sustainable source of energy for both countries. As newly appointed Minister for Education and Research, I have to underline, research and education play a key role in the transition to a green economy. We therefore encourage the growing exchange between our two countries in this field and notice a growing number of Indian students studying in Germany, which we highly appreciate. The German-Indian Migration and Mobility Partnership Agreement is a milestone in the close German-Indian partnership. We are paving the way for qualified young people from India to gain professional and practical experience in Germany, study, start an apprenticeship, or work as skilled workers. Indeed, the close cooperation between my home state, Baden-Württemberg, and India on skilled workers is really a model. And it is not surprising at all, given that Baden-Württemberg has fostered a great partnership with Maharashtra for nearly 10 years now. Like Baden-Württemberg, Maharashtra has an excellent research, an excellent university landscape, as well as an industrial center with a large automotive industry. In Pune, for instance, there are already over 300 German companies. As you may know, Baden-Württemberg, or as we meanwhile call it, the land, is famous for its innovators and hidden champions. Or, as we say, the Tüftler, but how do I translate Tüftler into English? It's some kind of nerds that are obsessed with making the world better, creating new products. In this spirit of innovation that drives opportunities for partnership, supporting technology transfer between small and medium enterprises and promote startups and young founders could be another fruitful branch of our partnership. Bilateral cooperation could open up new economic opportunities, particularly for technology business in the automotive, software, and electrical engineering sectors. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the rules-based international order, as we all know, is currently under pressure. I highly welcome that India and my country, Germany, are deepening mutual security cooperation and strengthen the defense industrial partnership, for example, through joint exercises. A growing defense industrial partnership is not just a testament of trust. It reflects our shared conviction that investing in strategic sovereignty is vital. This is not only critical for global stability, but also for fostering an environment where economic opportunities and investments can flourish. India and Germany are not just partners in upholding the rules-based international order. We are partners in reshaping it to reflect the realities of a diverse and interconnected world. Together, we renew our call for the United Nations Security Council, that it is effective, efficient, and transparent, and that it is one that represents the realities of the 21st century. In this new global constellation, a close and strategically oriented German-Indian partnership is more urgent than ever. By working together, we can chart a strong democratic path towards an economic system that is both successfully and ecologically sustainable, an example to inspire the world. Thank you very much.